Greetings. We're going to begin with our feet about hip width apart. There's some noise in the background, so listening to my voice. Feel free to play music during this class. We're going to begin in a comfortable wide leg standing position. So no wider than the hips. Your feet pressing down into the ground. You can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. We're going to begin the practice just by grounding down in this space. So pressing the feet into the ground, engaging the legs, softening the belly, softening the shoulders away from the ears. You can softly close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And just begin to bring awareness into the inner body. So noticing the quality of the breath. And begin to deepen the inhale and exhale. Just noticing where you are here in space, noticing where your weight leans in your feet. So bringing some awareness to your feet. Just noticing where your weight falls, the balls of the foot, the heels. Trying to find that spot right in the center of the arch. And then just engaging the rest of the foot around that spot. And your body and your hips following suit through your shoulders and your spine. Balance comfortably around that arch. Again, just noticing that internal landscape. So noticing and being awareness of thoughts that might be moving through your brain. Noticing tension that might exist in the shoulders or the chest or the wrists, anywhere. Just taking a breath to bring some softening. Reaching through the crown of your head as you press more deeply through the feet. Shoulders relaxing away from the ears as your spine becomes long, belly is soft. Let's bring your hands together in front of the heart. Your sternum pressing into the thumbs. Just taking a moment to acknowledge this practice, inspired from yoga, for acknowledging a deep culture. You may or may not have roots in. All with gratitude. Just acknowledging the land that we stand on as well. And connecting ourselves with all of it. The practice of yoga is drawing in to our inner selves. Compassion and love. shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. Starting this practice with spaciousness. And breath. The ability to have compassion for our thoughts, feelings. And taking a deep inhale. Full exhale. On your next inhale, softly open your eyes. Inhaling, reaching your arms above the head, looking up towards the ceiling. Stretching. And then exhale. We're going to fold forward, slightly bending your knees. And if you can touch the ground, great. Otherwise, inhale, flattening the back. And exhale, folding even deeper. Letting go of the head. And keep breathing with each inhale, flattening the back a little bit more. With each exhale, folding forward a little bit deeper. And taking any variation of this pose. So you can hold onto your elbows. Really trying to find some more space in the spine. You can bend the knees, one than the other. Just hanging, breathing. Maybe taking a deep audible exhale. And pressing the feet deeply into the ground to further extend the spine. Maybe swaying a bit from side to side. Shifting the head. Bending the knees, and we're going to begin to come into a chair pose. So bending the knees a lot, bringing the arms up in line with the ears. So sitting back into the heels, and just noticing if you're sticking your sit bones way back. See if you can kind of bring the tailbone down towards the back of the heels, so that you're sitting more in your heels, leaning back a little bit more. Bring the biceps towards the ears or even behind you a little to broaden that upper back. And even more, flattening the lower back, tailbone reaches down, crown of the head reaches in the opposite direction. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhaling. Reaching through the fingertips, exhaling, rounding down through the heels, your toes even lift up a little. And then inhale, coming all the way down to standing, bringing the arms at your sides. I'm just going to shake out the knees and shake out the arms. Shake out the body a little bit. We're going to come into a wide leg stance. We're going to turn your left foot towards the left. And we're going to come into a left leg lunge. Okay, inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, shifting the hips down towards the ground. Straightening the back leg, bringing the right hip forward. Inhale and exhale. Feeling a deep stretch through the inner right groin. And dropping the hips even more. Each inhale, stretch and reaching through the crown of the head. Each exhale, just lowering the hips a little bit more, straightening that back leg, and pressing out through the back heel. Just keep rotating that right hip forward. We're going to inhale, bring our hands on either side of the left foot. We're going to exhale, step back into downward facing dog. So here's your first down dog. Just going to pedal the legs out. Pressing all 10 digits of the fingers into the mat. Really pressing through the thumb and then pointer finger to just engage the inner arm. Rotate again with biceps inward and upward towards the ceiling to broaden the upper back. Letting the head hang. Tilt the head from one side to the other. Pedaling the legs. Just making this down dog yours. Make it feel good. Maybe bending the knees a lot to lift the sit bones towards the ceiling. Again, taking a deep inhale and an audible exhale if that feels good. Inhale and exhale. Just noticing that spot in the sternum that goes all the way into the upper back, so straight through. Just see if you can soften the upper back towards the sternum that kind of melts towards the floor. Pressing through the hands once again. Allow the heels to come a little bit closer to the ground. Now the next inhale, bringing the right foot forward. We're going to come into a right leg lunge. So bringing your arms straight towards the ceiling. Shoulders away from the ears. And again, just adjusting the left hip forward. With each inhale, reaching through the crown of the head, stretching. Every exhale, softening. Just adjusting each breath, staying aware of any thoughts that might pop up. Just using the breath again to help ground the practice. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. And then the exhale, bringing the hands to either side of the right foot and stepping back to downward facing dog again. Nice pedal through the legs. Again, making the down dog your own. So moving, maybe shifting the hips to the left. And shifting the hips to the right. So a little stretch through the upper body. And we're going to inhale, we're going to come forward to plank. We're going to hold in plank. So you can always bring your knees down in plank. We're working on creating a flat back. So reaching the tailbone towards the heels and the crown of the head in the opposite direction. Your belly is engaged, so your belly button reaches in towards the spine. So the collapse back. And then the heels are pressing towards the back of the room. So strong plank. Just taking a few breaths here, activating the core, bringing the shoulders away from the ears. Really pressing through the hands. Again, the thumb and the forefinger. That's the pointer finger. Inhale. relaxing, engaging the belly even more. Inhale. And exhale, bring the knees down and press back into child's pose. So, sitting bones reach towards your heels, and you can let your forehead come onto the mat. I'm lifting my head because my earbuds here, they cut out sometimes. You want to reach again, always the crown of the head and tailbone in opposite directions. Just soften here. Just letting this be a pose of surrender and softness. Another inhale. And full audible exhale. We're going to inhale up into all fours, and we're just going to move through a few cat bows. So inhaling, widening the chest, lifting the tailbone towards the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears, and then rolling through, curling the belly button towards the spine, pressing the fingertips into the mat. And again, taking this cat-cow into any variation that feels good to you. So maybe making some big circles with the hips, getting the shoulders and the elbows into it. Just really allowing the body to loosen up. Bring the head to one shoulder. Bring the head to the other side. Inhales, full exhales, all breath, breathing, squeezing of the body to deepen the next inhale. Back to neutral. We're just going to inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, stretching the fingertips. And then we're going to exhale, we're going to thread the right arm under the left and come onto the outside of our right arm. So just stretching through the upper back and shoulder. And let your head rest on the ground. You can bring your left arm around or again, taking any variation you need to. So maybe playing with your balance, maybe straightening one leg, picking up, twisting the spine a little bit. Inhaling and exhale. Next inhale, placing the left hand and reaching the right arm back open to the right. Exhale, right arm comes down. Other side, inhaling. And exhaling. Running through. And same thing on the side, taking any variation that might feel good. And taking some deep breath. Placing the right hand back down, opening up to the left. Exhaling, placing the left hand down. This time we're going to tuck the toes and lift the hips, coming back into downward facing dog. Shaking the head. Pressing the mat away from you as you lift the sitting bone up a little higher. Exhaling, heels reaching towards the floor. We're going to inhale, bring the right leg up and back. And then this time we're going to bend the right knee and we're going to open up our down dog, stretching the whole right side body. Letting the head drop. rotate the ankle. Just reaching that knee up, pressing down through the mat as we reach the knee towards the ceiling. And we're going to shift our hips back to center, and we're going to bring the right foot all the way forward to a right leg lunge. And this time we're going to place our left knee down, so you can add the knee if you need to, or you can blanket. And we're going to come onto our thigh, and we're just going to deepen the stretch through the left knee, going down. Inhaling, exhaling, and press the top of the left foot firmly into the mat to deepen the stretch. You can reach the arms above the head, keeping the armpits kind of rotating towards the ears. And again, just seeing if you can bring that tailbone down towards the ground, so flattening the lower back. Keeping the belly button reaching towards the spine as you extend and you reach up. You can look up and you can do a little back bend. Exhale, bringing your hands on either side of the right foot. Hold here. We're going to straighten through the right leg so you can bend and unbend. Here you can flex and point the foot. And we're going to flex the foot. We're going to shift the right hip back. Inhaling, flattening the back and reaching the spine long. And exhaling, holding a little deeper. If you have super tight hamstrings here, you can use a couple blocks or some other tighteners. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, just taking a few breaths and each inhale, shifting that right hip back, steadying through the crown of the head. Every exhale, soften. Again, always make these poses your own. So if you need to shift or adjust or point flex, go ahead. Inhaling, exhaling, softening the torso towards the lip. And then let the head relax. Inhale, placing the right foot back onto the ground, hands on either side of the right foot. Lifting the back knee, and we're going to step back into downward facing dog. And cutting out the legs. You're going to inhale, come forward to plank again. And hold it here in plank. So we were through before. So again, reaching the tailbone towards the heels, engaging the belly. I'm just going to play here for a moment, doing a little bit extra. We're going to tap our right foot out to the right, and then bring it back in. And then the left foot out and in. It's alternating here, focusing on the breath. And if your knees are down, do the same thing. Maybe both of your knees tapping one leg or the other. Just working on keeping the foundation of the pose through the abs and the spine. Lifted and strong. Pressing each fingertip down. Inhaling. Exhaling. 4. 3, belly button lifting. 2, 1. Going back to center and then shifting back to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhaling. Lion's pose. You can inhale here. And then exhale, stick your tongue way out. exhale, another lion's pose. You're going to inhale, bring your left foot forward. And this time we're going to bring the right knee down. Fold that mat over, untuck the toe. And we're going to come on to our upper thigh here. And again, just slowly transitioning into this pose, bringing the right hip forward, left hip drops. You can reach your arms alongside your ears, shoulders away from the ears. Just inhaling and exhaling as you drop deeper into the pose. Taking any variations or shifts. Back bending if you did so on the other side, or if you didn't. And then exhale, bring your hands on either side of the left foot. We're going to straighten the right leg, or the left leg. Inhaling and exhaling, you can point and flex a couple times, getting any props that you might need. Flex the left foot, shifting the left heel and the left hip back towards the back wall. Inhaling, exhaling, shoulders away from the ears, again reaching the crown of the head straight out from the toe. Just taking a few breaths. And again, shifting where you need to, softening the breath and softening the belly. Letting the left foot back into that deep lunge. I'm going to place the hands on either side of the left foot, lift our back knee, and step back into downward facing dog, pedaling it out a couple times. And then we're going to inhale, we're going to reach the right leg up and back. We're reaching heel towards the ceiling, and then bending the knee, opening up to the left. And taking a couple breaths here, reaching through the left side body. So the knee reaches up towards the ceiling as you press down through the left hand. Maybe reaching the left leg back up towards the ceiling. As you shift your hips back to center, and then we're going to come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. We're going to inhale forward to plank. Holding in plank again, taking any variation, you can bring your knees down. We're just going to hold here and do another fun little round. Variations. So here we're just going to hold and we're going to tap the right hand to the left shoulder, and we're going to alternate here. You're just doing your best to keep your belly button towards the spine. So if this is too much, you can always bring your knees down. Breath fluid, inhaling, exhaling, just firing up the core, reaching the crown of the head in one direction, tail in the other as we keep
A little movement just in the arms. 4, 3, and 1. Good. So go ahead and bring your knees down. Press back into child's pose for a couple breaths. Inhaling, exhale. Shifting your hips all the way back, pressing them towards the heels. Inhaling and exhale. We're going to inhale, come forward to all fours, and then come into plank one more time. This time we're going to bring your left hand to the center right under your face, and we're going to roll onto the left side for a side plank. And so there's variations here where you can place your left knee down. We're just really wanting to open up the shoulders. And so either leaving that knee down, you can also bring the right foot behind the body and open up a little bit deeper here into a little wild thing. Just holding here, seeing if you can lift the hips up a little bit closer to the ceiling. And finding your balance, reaching the tailbone and the crown in different directions. And the bottom hand pressing down into the mat as you reach through the right arm. Inhaling and exhale. You can bring the right arm alongside the ear too for a side body stretch. And then rotate hands back down to center, coming into plank. And then taking a down dog in between, or maybe a child's pose. If you need a little wrist break. Inhaling, exhaling forward into plank. And setting up for the other side. And again, taking any variation that you need. If you want to open it up into the wild thing. And just again, see if you can find that strong spine, belly button in towards the spine, tailbone reaches towards the heels even here. And maybe lifting the hips a little bit more. Bringing the arm up and around if you did it on the other side or not. And then bringing the hand onto the mat and shifting back into down dog or child pose. Just taking a couple breaths here. And we're going to come forward and come down into, bringing your knees down and come onto your belly. And bringing your hands to your sides, and you can just turn one cheek or the other towards the side. My head is lifted because I don't want to smush this earbud thing, but relaxing your head down, just letting your body be heavy. You can shift your hips from side to side. And then we're going to bring our head to center. So forehead onto the mat. Reach the shoulders away from the ears a lot. And zip up the legs, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. And see if here you can reach the tailbone towards the back of the heels. So it kind of lifts your belly off of the ground a little. So with that connected, we're going to reach our fingertips towards our back as we lift our shoulders and head off of the mat. Keeping that lower back flat. Inhaling. And exhale, reach the fingertips even more, reaching the sternum forward, shoulders back. Inhaling. Exhale. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, lower down. You can turn your head to either direction and just let that one go. Again, you can shift the hips from side to side. So this time we're going to bring our hands right underneath our shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling, bringing your forehead onto the ground and shoulders come away from the ears. And we're going to zip up again, pressing the tops of the feet and pressing the tailbone towards the back of the heels to press our pubic bone down. And we're just going to inhale, reach the elbows towards the heels, and barely using the hands, coming into a nice low cobra. You can use the fingertips just to kind of pull your sternum forward and your shoulders back. Inhaling, feet pressing, toenails clicking down onto the mat. Inhaling and exhale. Taking a couple breaths here. Seeing where you can soften. Widening the collarbones. And then exhale, lowering it down. Turning the head in one direction to the other. And again, just kind of letting that loose. Okay, so the next one, we're going to reach back for our right foot. So we're going to keep the knees together, at least hip width. And we're going to bend the right knee. And you can bring the left arm forward in front of you to prop your chest up. And you're just going to reach back for your foot. So bringing the shoulder back forward. We're going to inhale and exhale, just stretching out that upper quadricep. And then letting that go, switching sides. Reaching back on the outer side and just bringing that knee back towards the center. Inhaling and exhale, just stretching it out. You can bend the elbow to stretch a little deeper. And pressing a hip down as well. Okay. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is we're going to reach for both feet. So inhale, go ahead and press your hands into the ground, lifting your shoulders up, reaching the crown of your head in one direction. And again, keeping the pubic bone pressed into the ground. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to reach back for our outer feet. And then we're going to bring the knees in line with the hips. Inhaling and exhaling. And we're going to inhale into the full pose. So go ahead. And press the feet into the hands, lifting onto the belly. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Lifting and pressing the hands, or the feet into the hands a little bit more. One more full inhale, and then as you exhale, go ahead and lower it down. Turning the head in one direction, or maybe using your hands as a little pillow. And letting that one go. I'm going to do one more. So shoulders away from the ears. And just setting yourself up. And lift your shoulders up first as you reach back towards your heels. And then bend one knee, the other knee. Bringing it all to center. Inhaling and exhaling. And then on the inhale, just pressing hands into your feet into your hands. And taking at least 2 breaths. Opening the chest. Pressing the feet into the hands a little more. Letting the sternum reach forward. And exhale, coming down. Letting the head rest. And this time we're going to press up and back into child's pose. Slowly letting the back release. You can shift your hips from side to side. Inhale and exhale. I'm just finding that place again of awareness, of breath, and spaciousness, and thoughts. Some grounding in the body. Turning the palms towards the ceiling. Just offering up any resistance. And then let's bring your hands, your fingertips, squeezing your hands into fists. So rolling your wrists here. And twinkling your fingers, just getting a little finger stretch. And then we're going to slowly walk your hands back towards your knees, coming into kneel on your arches. So toes are pressing into the ground, and just going to come on to stretching the bottoms of your feet. So ouchie pose, ouchie foot pose. We're going to inhale, bring your arms out. We're going to exhale, bring the right arm under the left, stretching out our upper shoulders. So we're pressing the shoulders away from the ears to broaden the upper back. Just going to lift the elbows a little higher to deepen the stretch. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. We'll go ahead and inhale, bringing the arms out to the sides, and then switching. So swinging the left arm under the right. Inhaling and exhaling. Shoulders relax away from the ears as you reach the elbows, just inches, millimeters, up towards the ceiling. And again, make any pose that we do yours. So if you feel like a little shrugs or adjustments that feels good in your body, only you know what feels the best for your body, so do it. And then unclasp the hands, and your feet probably are ready to come out of ouchie foot pose. So tap a couple times. And then from here, we're going to come into downward facing dog. And we're going to walk the feet towards the hands, towards the front of your mat. And again, bringing the feet about hip width or closer. Actually, whatever feels best. And we're just gonna forward fold, inhaling. Exhale, dropping the head, bending the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, exhale. And again, we're going to come into that chair pose, Utkatasana. So shifting the weight back into your heels as you slowly bend the knees, lifting the chest wide towards the ceiling, reaching the arms up. And just taking some 3 to 5 breaths here. Shoulders away from the ears and sitting back a little deeper. Flattening the lower back, belly button comes towards the spine as you just keep bringing those arms towards the sky. So arms in line with the ears, so maybe you're here. And just keep widening the chest, dropping the tailbone, reaching the sternum up, shoulders back. Inhaling, exhaling a little deeper, a little higher. Exhale, inhaling, coming all the way up, reaching the arms. And then we're going to exhale, fold forward again. Inhaling, flattening the back. Exhale, forward fold. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper, bend the knees. And then we're going to inhale, swinging the right foot back, and we're going to come to warrior 3. So from a lunge, you might hop the back foot in a little bit. I'm just going to come into warrior 3 on the left. So shoulders away from the ears, just kind of balancing there on the standing leg. Heel reaching towards the back wall, crown reaching towards the front. Just adjusting the hips. So bringing that right hip down. Bringing any variation of your arms. So maybe your hands are at your waist. Maybe they're in prayer. Maybe they're to the side. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we're going to bend the knees slightly as we bring your hands down to the ground. And we're going to reach the right leg towards the ceiling, dropping the head for standing splits. And then we're going to come back into warrior 3. This time we're going to attempt dancer. So if this is the first time doing it, just be sure to keep the left leg really engaged. And we're going to come into warrior 3, and then we're going to bend the right leg, reaching back. Whew. I have a wall here. Reaching back, and then inhaling and exhaling, finding a fixed point to kind of help with your balance. And then kick that foot into the hand. Bringing the arm forward for balance. I'm just taking any attempt here. All of those principles we learned. Extension. Whew. Falling is okay. And then we're just going to bring the hands down, stepping back into downward facing dog. And feel free to take any type of movement. We're going to inhale the right leg forward to come into warrior 3. So hopping it forward. Just noticing the balance. Reaching the left leg long. Keeping a little micro bend in that standing leg as well. And then folding forward, standing splits. Reaching the back foot up towards the ceiling as you drop the head. And then coming into dancer. So back into warrior 3 and then reaching foot back. Maybe in here for a second. Just really pressing the hand or the foot into the hand. We can't balance. So moving back, trying it as much as you like, and then coming out when you're ready, coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. And bringing the knees down, pressing back into child's pose. Taking a couple breaths here. And then walking your hands forward. We're going to come onto our seat. And we're just going to come into a forward fold. So reaching the feet out in front of you. You can start straightening the spine to just come into that staff pose. Pressing the sitting bones down into the ground, reaching the crown of your head up. This is a super active pose. We're going to move from this pose, keeping the belly in and strong. Collarbones wide. We're going to move from this pose into a forward fold. So holding this, I'm just going to begin reaching towards your ankles with your feet. So pressing down through the sit bones, reaching through the crown of your head as you just walk your hands forward. Just keeping that active spine, that active leg, as long as you can to extend the spine. Inhaling and exhaling, softening and deepening the fold. Really engaging the legs, the quadriceps, pressing down through the leg to fold deeper. Inhaling, extending through the crown of the head, and exhaling, folding. And we're going to spend the last few breaths in this pose just letting our spine curve, letting our face, our head come towards the legs deeper. Inhaling and exhaling. You might have tight hamstrings, and that's okay. We'll just keep breathing here. Exhaling. And just softening into whatever form your body's taking. And then as you inhale, we're going to slowly roll back up to that staff pose. We're going to come into a wide leg forward fold. So bring your feet wide, wider than your hips. Not super wide, but comfortable to sit. And again, pressing your sit bones into the ground, reaching the crown of the head. Chest wide, shoulders relaxed. And we're going to start walking your hands forward, keeping your legs engaged. So keeping the foot flexed to help remind your legs to stay active. This is a good place to pull the hamstring or keep your legs engaged, your quadriceps engaged to help protect the hamstrings. And again, just inhaling, reaching, and exhaling, softening. Again, taking any variation that feels good, closing your eyes and just letting the spine curve. Letting the head come towards the ground. And letting go of anything you're holding on to. Any tension in the neck. And taking one more inhale. Audible exhale. And then pressing down through the sit bones as we slowly roll each vertebrae back up. Shoulders away from the ears. You're going to cross your legs in a simple cross-legged position. Maybe half lotus if that's something you like to practice. We're just going to close our practice here. So finding a comfortable seat, bringing the sit bones heavy towards the ground. Soften the belly, relax the shoulders, widen the collarbones. And we're going to bring the hands together in front of the heart, pressing the sternum into the thumbs to help widen the collarbones, reminding your shoulders to relax away from the ears. Again, softening the belly. Finishing similar to how we started. Just checking in with the body. Just feeling your body on the space, on the floor, supported by the ground and the earth. Finding that place of connection. That acknowledgement of those that came before us and helped develop this practice. Acknowledging ourselves, our own ancestry. Just creating some spaciousness. Noticing the quality of the breath. The quality of the thoughts. Just letting your attention fall back to the breath. Relaxing the jaw. Letting the lips be soft. And just becoming aware of sensation. And just settling. And taking an inhale. And an exhale, bringing the hands, the thumb to the third eye, the place between the eyebrows. Just acknowledging thought, honoring thought. Bringing the hands to the mouth. Just acknowledging, honoring communication, breath. And taking an inhale together and an exhale. One more inhale. And together, exhale.
Softly opening your eyes. Thank you for practicing